Hello my dear JLM and SINGARENI aspirants, welcome to SAIMEDHA KOTI Hyderabad, myself Surendra Babu. Students, in this video I am going to discuss one important and gunshot concept for your exam point of view, that is construction of underground cables. With respect to underground cables, the most expected models of questions is, one is, what is the function of each part in a cable and what are the materials used for the different parts of the cable, students. First we have to see what are the different parts of a cable. A cable consists of, one is conductor. The sequence is also important, students. First we are placing the conductor. On the conductor we are placing the insulation. On the insulation we are placing the lead sheath. On the lead sheath we are placing the bedding. On the bedding we are placing the armoring. On armoring we are placing the serving. The sequence is also important, students. Sometimes sequence is also asking. This the first one is conductor, the second one is insulation, third one is lead sheath, fourth one is bedding, the fifth one is armoring, sixth one is serving. These are the different parts of the cable. Now you have to see what are the material used for the different parts and what is the function of the each part, students. First you have to see core or conductor, students. A conductor is also called core. Generally the conductor is either copper or aluminum, but in the cables we are preferring the copper. The conductors are made of tinned copper or aluminum and are usually standard in order to provide flexibility to the cable. We are using the standard conductor, students. We know already what are the standard conductors. Generally we are preferring the, for cables we are using copper, that is the standard copper we are using, standard conductor, standard conductors. Okay, this point you have to, that is the conductors is made with copper material. The next one is insulation. Each conductor is provided with a suitable thickness of insulation depending upon the voltage, the commonly used material for the insulation. This is very important. Which material used for insulation of the cable, students? The commonly used materials are, one is impregnated paper. That is, each conductor is separated by the insulating material. This is one conductor, this is one conductor, this is one conductor, students. Around the conductor we are placing the insulation. We are placing the insulation. What is the material used for the insulation? One is impregnated paper and you can also use the rubber mineral components. Generally more preferable is the impregnated paper. If it is not there in option, then you have to select the rubber mineral component. First one is conductor. What material? Copper or aluminum, but more preferable is copper, that is standard conductor. And the next one is insulation. What the material used for the insulation? Impregnated paper or rubber mineral component we have to use, friends. The next one is, what is the lead sheath? What is the purpose of using sheath and what is the material you have to use? The name itself it indicates that the sheath is made with the lead material. Then what is the function of the sheath, students? That is very important for any competitive exam point of view, that you have to concentrate. It is provided to avoid the entry of moisture content from earth surface to insulator. Very important, students. What is the function of the sheath? Most expected model of question and repeated model of question. What is the function of the sheath in a cable? The function of the sheath in a cable to avoid the entry of moisture content from earth surface to the insulator. Very important. Now itself you remember, friends. Very important 5-star question. What is the function of the sheath in a cable? A sheath eliminates the entry of moisture content into the insulation. It eliminates the entry of moisture into the insulation. Then what is the material used for the sheath? That is a metal sheath. You have to use either aluminum or lead material you have to use. Lead sheath, generally we are using the lead. Okay, this point also you have to. Function is to eliminate the moisture content, to eliminate the entry of moisture content into the insulation. For that purpose we are using the sheath. And what is the material you have to use, students? Either aluminum or lead, but more preferable is the lead material. The next one is, first conductor, next insulation, next sheath, the next one is bedding. What is the purpose of using bedding in a cable? What is the purpose of using bedding in a cable, students? It consists of fibrous material, that is the bedding is made with fibrous material like jute or hessian material. What is the material used for the bedding? For bedding we are using the two materials, either jute or hessian material you have to use, friends. Then what is the function of the bedding? The purpose of bedding is to protect the metal sheath, against corrosion and from mechanical injury due to armoring. That is to protect the metal sheath from corrosion and mechanical injury from armoring. For that purpose, in between lead sheath and armoring, we are placing the bedding. It is made with a material like jute or hessian. The next, after bedding, we are placing the armoring. What is the function of the armoring, students? What is the material? What is the function? These 2 points mainly you have to concentrate. It consists of 1 or 2 layers of galvanized steel. That is, armoring is made with galvanized steel, students. It is made with galvanized steel. Then what is its function? Its purpose is to protect the cable from mechanical injury while laying or during the course of handling. That is, the purpose of armoring is, this armoring will protect the total cable, but bedding provides the protection for the sheath. But what is the purpose of using armoring? This armoring gives the protection for entire cable from the mechanical damage during laying and handling of the cable. Okay, that is the purpose of using the armoring. The next one is serving. That is the last part, students. Last part of the cable is the serving. In order to protect the armoring from the atmospheric conditions, that is, to protect the armoring from atmospheric conditions, we are using the serving. Then what is the material used for the serving? 2 points. To protect armoring from atmospheric conditions, a layer of fibrous material like jute or similar to, what is the material used for the bedding? What is the material used for the bedding, students? We have to use the jute or hessian material. The same material used for the serving also. But what the serving function? From atmospheric conditions, to protect the armoring, we are using the serving. Okay, these are the different parts of the cable. What is the function of each part and what is the material used for the different parts, students? Very, very important 5-star gunshot concept for your exam point of view. You have to remember the sequence. First conductor, next insulation, next lead sheath, next bedding, next armoring, next serving. Sequence you remember. What is the material used for the conductor? What is the material used for the insulation? What is the purpose of the lead sheath? What is the material you have to use? What is the purpose of the bedding? What is the material you have to use? What is the purpose of armoring? What is the material you have to use? What is the purpose of serving? What is the material you have to use? This is very important gunshot concept for your exam point of view that you have to concentrate. This concept is also from T&D, transmission and distribution, students. Students, wish you all the best. In the next video, you have to see one more important concept. Thank you.